Hi everybody. Welcome to my channel. Listen, ngitshelile ngathi weekend namhlanje. So ama videos content will be galore. Zobungabunga ngoba ungafuni ukubuka, not because there will be nothing to watch or nothing to think about. Igama lami nguNtando Mdletshe, and on this channel siyasibuke siyasifunde incwadi ebhalwe ngolimi lwethu lwesiZulu. Bese siza la soxoxa ngale itori esuke siyifundile, sixoxela laba abangenaso isikhathi sokuthi bayifunde nalabo abanqenayo ukufunda. Kodwa ke futhi siyaphinda futhi sibuke ama reality shows ethu ala eMzansi, and uma kuyi weekend from Friday to Sunday suke sifocus kakhulu kuma reality shows, kanti from Monday to Friday 12 p.m. njalo suke sine episode suke sifaka emayelana nencwadi suke sifunda ngalelo viki lelo. Kuleli sonto besifunda incwadi ebizwa ukuthi kunjalo ke. So ama viewers incwadi ayazi ukuthi we are doing the finale on Monday because it's the last episode. That's where we find out ukuthi ijourney kaDumazile iphela kanjani. Uma ngaba ukwazi uzosibukela leso story, hamba ufuna i-playlist. Ngizozama ukuyifaka la kwi-description. Yo guys, I'm so lazy, especially uma ngiposta more than one video ngosuku to do ama descriptions ami. But it looks like YouTube is improving ukuthi ikwazi ukuthi video ukwazi pick up a description from another video ifake kwenye. I was trying to do it, it didn't work in one of my videos. So when I know how to do it, then ngizoyenza kanjalo. But yeah, I'll put a playlist on my description on this one so that uzokwazi ukuya kuleyo playlist leyo. Namhlanje nabe ngifuna nje ukukhuluma, mostly it's because I want to read your comments because I love that part. I like ama comments enu. Ngiyawaphendula futhi here, and I also like ukuthi ngize lana ngiwadiscuss and hear what other people think about them. So ngizobe ngenza lokho, but before I do that, there are things engifuna ukukhuluma ngazo when it comes to Uthando Nesthembu. I always say guys ukuthi we only watch one episode, but you could do so many videos when it comes to Uthando Nesthembu because it touches on so many issues in just one episode. So yeah, we'll talk about it today. So kule video I wanted to just talk about, I guess I'm fascinated by the fact that there is so much interest on a lifestyle Nesthembu, you know, and as if as abantu abamnyama it's a new thing. Angazi indaba sibe naleyo nto leyo ukuthi it's a new, kube ngathi it's something entsha. We are so interested in it as if it's something entsha when it's not. It's Thembu i-heritage yethu kahle kahle zabantu abamnyama. Obabamkhulu bethu, that's how they lived, you know, for whatever reasons that they had, they would take more than one wife, where the umuntu falls in love with more than one woman, or uthatha omunye akamthola abatana and takes another one, or ukuthi abaphansi that have requested ukuthi athathe more than one wife. But it's our heritage. So it's quite interesting ukuthi now that lezi zinto sezivezwa kwi-TV, now it's almost like it's something new to us. It's like siyifunda kabusha, kuyangi-interesta kakhulu lokho. Kodwa one of the things futhi ezingisurprise about us as viewers is that we are more interested in women in these relationships more than we are interested in a man, you know. And a lot of artists, even I myself, I've done more videos about the wives. I did a video about uMakhumalo, about uMacele, about a relationship kaMacele noma yeni, relationship kaMacele noma Khumalo. I did a video about uMangwabe, but I haven't done a video about Umseligu. And I was thinking about it today, and I thought that is interesting. The person that initiates is Thembu, is Umseligu, but interested it's more on the woman. I guess the fascination, when I was thinking about it, I thought I guess the fascination yami, it's on the fact that just as a woman, when you are in a relationship and you hear ukuthi partner wakho is seeing someone else, akuhlali kahle lokho kuwena. So to find ukuthi kunabantu besifazane where not only is there another woman but there's other women, and it goes as far as, because the ultimate sicabanga kwi-ultimate show of uthando ukuthi umuntu afuna ukukushada, but if you know ezokhombisa lolo thando by marrying you and then aphinde kwenze komunye, aphinde kwenze komunye, aphinde kwenze komunye, and still angabi satisfied, afuna abanye futhi ababize ngezancinza. it's like I guess mina I'm fascinated by the fact that khona abantu besifazane abakwazi ukuphila leyo mpilo leyo, and really honestly I think my sakali show vele bengifuna ukubuka because bayipresente as ishow yesithembu, but kuwukuthi abantu abakuleso sithembu bajabulile, so I was fascinated with really bajabulile. And yeah, and at the beginning I thought ukuthi it must be imali benza ukuthi bajabule, but ke as we move along the season siyabona ukuthi I know they are not as happy as we thought, at least from what we see on the show. But I guess ukuthi mina I wanted to talk about really umseleku ukuthi I'm wondering what do people think about him, and are the reasons that he is giving in saying ukuthi these are the reasons esithathile isithembu, really those reasons are we accepting lama reasons awathathile, or are we watching a womanizer njena who found women that can allow him to just be dating whatever number of women that he wants to date, and makes everything about him? Because honestly I do have moments where I feel like everything about isithembu saka Mseleko is about Mseleko, nobody else but Mseleko. Because even the fact ukuthi they're doing the show, I'm convinced ukuthi umuntu o initiate ukuthi kwenziwe ishow uyena uMseleko, and I think he has said ukuthi one of the things he wanted to do was to show abantu ukuthi isithembu sikhona and kuyaphileka abantu besesithenjini. And he never said ukuthi his motivation was popularity and financial gain, but I think it was popularity, and I think that it was financial gain. And I know that he's presented as umuntu or who's making a lot of money. He's a millionaire apparently when they say he's a millionaire, but I do think ukuthi he benefits from ukulokhuza ukuthi enze ishow. I think his business benefits from ukuthi enze ishow, plus he gets paid also for doing the show. So I think there is a financial benefit to that. So part of me feels like ukwenza kwakhe show was for himself. You know, he got his wife into this trap yokuthi babukwe umphakathi by the whole country and be judged in their actions, because it was going to benefit him, because I think it has benefited him more than it has benefited his wives. And mina angazi ukuthi I didn't want to earlier on in the season bengafuni kwenza ilokhuzana ivideo ezothi does Umseleko have imali as much as ilokhuzana as people think he has imali? Because it's like, hey, angazi mina nginamali, so angazi abantu abanemali fanele baphile kanjani. But here's the thing, mina ngenza ukuthi ngithi mhlawumbe yes he's a millionaire, but mhlawumbe imali ayikho as much as sicabanga thina. It's because ngoba mina mengabe ezoshada, remember isizini abebenza ngayo imshado yamakhosikazi akhe. Number one, I was confused when they were doing imshado, because I thought Umseleko ubiza lamakhosikazi ngamakhosikazi akhe, kanti really they are not amakhosikazi akhe. He never really married these women, kanti ubehleli nabo kanjani. That part I'm still not clear on it, because I thought ukuthi ufuna ukwenza imshado emhlophe, but he had done traditional parts, but kanti naloko kwangenziwanga. It was only then that bebekhipha amabhokisi emakubo beza kaMseleko ukuthelwa ngenyongo, and all of that stuff was still done. And I was like, hayi Umseleko has been uhleli nengane zabantu eziwu4 zonke akazilobole akenzela how nanga umuntu edlala. So I thought it was I was confused by that. But it's one of the things, and I thought it was quite easy for him to just do. You remember, this is the same man who bought, was it Mercedes-Benz, for all 4 wives, all at the same time, which, by the way, we haven't seen them drive those cars ever since Sababona. If you guys have seen those cars, bewa driver, please let me know. On the day that he was giving the cars to them. So yeah, there was that. So this is a man who gave us a picture. He can buy 4 cars at the same time on the same day. I assume because all of those cars were bought cash, even though they didn't say. So wasinika leyo impression, but mase kwenzeka imishado now sekunama issues ebudget ukuthi ake sime kancane kwenza le eminye imishado because amasenti engazi ukuthi ibudget injani. That's when mina ngabe suspicious ukuthi hayibo, what's happening now with our millionaire, because a millionaire, if you started doing the show being a millionaire, now you must be moving towards being a billionaire now. So what's happening now? You can't afford to do imshadi land, because I thought imshadi was going to be done, but we haven't seen the last two weddings. It's anybody nina guys, because mina ngakayiboni the last two. So I'm like, okay, and yazi ukuthi sine insider lana enokusintshontshelwa information kodwa singanaki. Insider yethu la uMangwabe, that is the season where uMangwabe said ukuthi hayi ukuthi kwesisikhathi khona abantu abathandayo ukubukisa, umuntu afuna ukubukisa kuma camera. Mina, the way I interpreted that statement from uMangwabe when she said it, I think it was last season, was that because Umseleko wants to seem a certain way to people, but he's not that way. And I think that is the reason why all three of his wives have made sure ukuthi bayahamba bayosebenza and they have their own businesses, because bayabona ukuthi imali lana ayikho as much as people think there is. And the fact that uMangwabe even said ukuthi mina anginankinga ukuthi ngingasali nalutho as long as enike ingane, give me the impression yokuthi ngenze ukuthi le mali leni esithi khona ayikho as much, kungenza ukuthi lama assets esithi khona are not really there. So there's not even much for him to distribute ukuthi mayefa uzo-distribute to all four wives and all of his kids. That's why uMangwabe just feels like mina noma ngengishiyele lutho nje, as long as ushare something for ingane. Ngiyasuspect lapho guys ukuthi we might think ukuthi Umseleko has more money than he actually does. I'm not saying he's broke, he does have money, but does he have as many millions as we think that he has? So but that's a thing that I moving forward, I want to do more videos about him, because it's about him, and I feel like sometimes our focus is on these women and we judge these women, but bafakwe uyena kulesithembu lesi and yena asimjudge as much. And guys, Umseleko umamgobhozi futhi umamgobhozi Umseleko uthi izindaba kumakhosikazi wakhe. Mina I feel because njengoba nje ade sibuka le season ethutha from uma uthatha indaba ngala athi ayise ngalana ingafiki na kahle ngalana, and the fact ukuthi ulona umacele like saying ukuthi uMbali uneyinkinga zakhe, akanaki inkinga zakhe. Sometimes that statement makes me feel like Umseleko tells umacele what Lokhuzana. It makes me feel like Umseleko tells umacele what they're going through, because even though some things are private between each wife and her husband, each wife and her wife and her husband, her wife and her husband. Not everything that he is going through with uMangwabe should be now told to umacele. I feel like uyagobhoza uvela afike kumacele, hey phela uMangwabe uyangihlupha wenza ukuthi hey umayeni kwenza ukuthi, and I think that is unfair to the other wives, and it causes a lot of conflict. And it's like asizinakile zonke lezo zinto lezo, which is wrong really, ukuthi asinakile ukuthi uyagobhoza. And ke futhi kodwa ke singalibukela inside sithi phela vele he initiated the show, so to keep the show going kufanele kube ne drama ethile, and ezinye izinto kufanele azenze kanjalo so that kuzoba ne drama between the wives and we stay interested in the show and it goes on. So maybe it's not necessarily how he is, but because ufuna show iqhubeke, it could be that. So if I'm trying to be objective about it, I will say okay, maybe that's the reason, but ngokufeel ukuthi umgobhozi lona why eyisuthinda, so I'm just imagining how hard it is to be in that marriage where you cannot keep your private stuff private, where you cannot just say, what, me and my husband are going through some things right now, and, we'll fix it, but we're having misunderstanding, but it's just between me and him, where everything that goes on between you and me, you and your husband will end up will end up being known by another wife. I'm just imagining how uncomfortable that is. But yeah, I want to talk about just a few comments, guys. The last video, which was the review of last week, this week's episode. Is it still this week when you're on a Saturday of the week? Yeah, I guess. Okay, let me read Musa. Okay, let me read Lebo Maimela's comment. Lebo Maimela uthi Musa takes sides. Even if Mangwabe do good, he will always dig and seek the bad Mangwabe did. Kids, what you did was wrong. Macele, grow up, find a way to solve an issue. And I understand that. I mean, yeah. You hardly find Ulokuzana Musa saying something positive about Mangwabe. Like, if I had to give a title to a position Mangwabe in that marriage, I will say Mangwabe is an unsupported wife. Mangwabe is an unsupported wife. She was unsupported when she was trying to study, and yes, she got supported when she was starting a business. But I remember Umseleko complaining about budget issues and Mangwabe. And he always wants to mention ukuthi Mangwabe uhlezi ezomphula umoya, you know. And nakhona ukuthi this episode past episode ukhulume umtshele indaba engekho mnandi waqedwa mshiya kanjalo, and he never went and checked on her. Are you okay? No, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. I just wanted you to know ukuthi in case you see umacele upset about it, this is the reason why she's upset. No, uvele wamthululela le ndaba bangena emotweni bahamba, and that wasn't fair to Ulokhuzana Mangwabe. Uthili, thank you Thili. Thili always supports my videos. I appreciate it. And thank you also Lebo Maimela for support. Actually, you won't see any emotion from Makhumalo. Her game plan is something else. Wearing a face that paints her as ever happy. Champion of peace while painting Mayen as a stumbling block to unity. Hey, as I agree so much, because Ulokhuzana Makhumalo, and I think a lot of people, it's gonna take time to see it. It's gonna take time for people to see it. It's the same as Umayen. It took time for people to see what Umayen is rude. It's gonna take time for people to see what Ulokhuzana, no, to Umakhumalo is giving us an act. Not what intentionally she's saying is an actor like no, but I think she's concerned about appearances so much. She's conscious about the fact that she's on a reality TV show, and she's not gonna lose her cool. She's not gonna be, not understanding of her husband. She's gonna love her husband even when her husband is being absolutely ridiculous and is being an idiot, but she's going to. So I do feel like she's maintaining a character, and as much as I love Macele and I love her achievements and I want to be on her side, I'm struggling to relate to her, because now if I'm upset, people will know I'm upset, at least from my facial expression. Even if I don't say, there's things I want to do, there's things that I don't want to do, there's things I support, there's things that I don't support. Even with the person that I'm in a relationship with, I don't support everything that he says. Sometimes he says things that I'm like, I got to lay you. How are you in a relationship where everything is like, so now I feel like that. But she's loved, Makhumalo. She is so loved. She's got her defenders. And then underground research, South Africa. I need to check out this channel. Maybe the person has a channel. Ultimsele prioritizes Macele and Mayeni's happiness. I totally agree. In fact, sometimes I feel like there's two marriages in that temple. There's a marriage ka Macele, a marriage ka Mayeni, and then the other two are just pelezeling the other two. We all go with Macele's feelings, and then we consider Mayeni's feelings too, and then the others versus Bonel. That's how it feels like sometimes. And then it says, anyway, I don't know whether it's a woman or man, but the person says, as for Makhumalo and Mangwabe, He does not prioritize their happiness even when they are upset. I don't feel like he takes it seriously enough. That is so true. Oh, he can be so inconsiderate of their feelings, and it's hard. It's so hard to watch. It's so hard to watch. And from the last episode, Macele must be very careful. Mangwabe may be quiet, but she's nothing to be played with. Oh, she's nothing. Umangwabe, yabona the day that Umangwabe tells Umacele indaba zakhe. Izovalwa leya show leyana. I am telling you, yabona the day athi Umangwabe yabona wena ngizokutshela indaba zakho namhlanje izovalwa ishow because kuyoba kubi, kuzoshuba kuzoba kubi laphayana. And that's part of the reason sometimes Umacele does the things that she does, and even though she will build the relationships with the other wives and then yena futhi aphinda ashaya wise phansi yonke, it's because examine ukuhlonipha umyeni wabo bahlonipha uMacele, and then I think even though she might not be aware of it, sometimes it feels like she takes advantage of that. And then Uthili again says, I think Umselegu should have asked Mangwabe after the trip. It was not an emergency. It was not an emergency. You wanted your family to go and have fun. Then let them go and have fun. Why are you here now trying to make them talk about an issue that is uncomfortable for them? Yeah, it was not an emergency. That is why Mangwabe did not go to dinner. Yeah, kuvele kwajabha konke kuyena. Ayi nami yabona mina ngomangwabe bengengiye kudina, bengengiye kwidina because number one, casulwe ukuthi why are they bringing this issue up now? Casulwe izingane lezi ezithutha indaba, casulwe uMacele ukuthi why etshela lona Umseleke esikhona sokuthi atshele mina, ngiphinde ngizocasulwa ke le ndoda lethi indaba. So nje bengizofika vele laphana. Oh yes, somebody did say ukuthi, did we notice ukuthi ingane kaMangwabe were not on the trip? Yes, because they were not on the table at the dinner. Ingane kaMangwabe, mina I thought ukuthi ngekathi bezongena emoto because bese ngi-interested kakhulu ekuzweni ukuthi lokhuza Musa uzothini kuMangwabe about the issue that I thought ingane ran off zawungena emotweni. So by the time uMangwabe emotweni, they were already there. But if you think about it, azange sizibone because she's enye ingane isasencane. So I want kushuthi zakhe ingane uyishile. Kodwa bengaze ayishiye because uMacele was saying ukuthi zikhala kakhulu. Hey, mfethu ngeke isithembu. I know you will have to give me R1 billion ukuthi ngingene esejini. Yo, then I can act nami. Ngingangena mangakunika R1 billion or a couple of billions and ngingangena, but my strategy would be makhumalozi ukuthi nje I would act on camera, and then after camera ngivele ngihlile ngihambe ngekwami. Vele ngihlile ngihambe ngekwami. Yeah, and then uLelethi uthi ubaba uMseleki uyamoyika kakhulu uMacele, akakwazi ukumkhuza xa wrong, uyimoshile imini kaMbali kakhulu, umdelele kakhulu. Hayi uyamsaba the two nje, the first two wives uyabasaba. If it has to do with them, make sure ukuthi uyalokhuza, make sure ukuthi into yabo fanele isheshe resolve izinto ezamaCele nolo uyabasaba. Because what was the reason ukuthi uyakwazi ukuthi athi uMangwabe ake ngiphula umoya kodwa ngeke uyizwe esho leyo nto ngoMacele, esho leyo nto ngoMangwabe. Yeah, uyabasaba, nami I agree there. Usinazo Makanda uthi very true, he gives Macele too much power and he should have told her to go confront her. They are adults most. Yeah, why engena indaba ulokhuzana uMseleko. Uthembelihle moyo uthi guys uyangidina uMacele uzobulala isithembu cause she's a nosy person for izinto ezingenangqondo. Ish Makhumalo naye akayeke ukuba nice man, this thing is serious. I feel like Umseleko uzisa uMakhumalo because uyazi ukuthi akanamntwana. Guys, it's September. I guess you can see ukuthi kunjani. Hayi Macele is too much. I wish I can meet her face to face ndimtshele ukuthi ngikhathele nguye. Shame mangamithi uMacele ngabaleka lo mama uyahlina. Hey, ngiyabaleka ukuthi yo Macele. I'm joking. And then Ubongi Mbatha uthi we need more from uMakhumalo, please. This is a reality show. Ayikho ngimbiza nge-fake or wenzela ukuthandwa. Musa uyawubulala umuzi wakho bhuti. Ayi nami ngiyabona manje negative contribution ngamacele. Uthile futhi ubuza lo ukuthi yini umacele engazisholongo yena kuma ngoyabe, then I would expect a response. You are suggesting Thando. Yeah, I think if honestly, if she had gone to umacele had gone to Mangwabe and be like, listen, even if it didn't why ungavuma ngengane zami Mangwabe will be like nini khona hayibo ngavuma kushuthi akangizwanga, and then she goes back to ingane iphinde explain the situation. Maybe she would have figured out ukuthi I know it wasn't like that. Madam V, please check out Madam V's channel. She does the cooking. Go check out Madam V's channel. Macele is always complaining. I think she wants the other wives to feel ukuthi she's the older wife. Musa is also not helping with this problem. Always defending Macele. You know, some people are good at giving advice to others like Makhumalo, but she can't apply the advice she gives to her own problem. It is a complicated situation, Lana. Yeah. That's why I was saying, Mambuga, her speeches, her, advice, her show on radio, like her radio show, you feel like you're watching a really strong woman, but then when she's dealing with her husband, I don't want to say she's weak, but it's a different, you get a different personality, so it confuses me sometimes. Umakhumalo, if she can get real mina naye, I would move from Umangwabe being my favorite to her. I just need her to get real. If this is real her, then it just means that she's a person that I personally cannot relate to, but I don't hate her because she's not somebody that intentionally causes unnecessary drama. Shame she doesn't. She tries by all means to not cause drama. Umakhumalo. I think Umacele nomseleko bayahleba, especially because Umacele knows umseleko and Mangwabe are going through it, and she's using this as a reason to pile on more issues. Yes, yo guys, I think vele like ipillow talk yabo ulokuzana Musa benolona is about Mangwabe. I'm convinced ukuthi enema bese pillow talk so awushoke. Sengixazulule noma Mangwabe athi yazi ngidina kabi nje lo senza ukuthi nokuthi. I agree. I suspect the same ukuthi kukanjani. And then that was Usinazo Makanda, and then uxoleka Marwanqa. Ayibo Marwanqana, uxoleka Marwanqana. Is this Xhosa? Uthi yena ngikubona konke kodwa le drama iqalwe yilezi ngane naye umacela unegrudge ngombali yokuthi wakhomenta ngendaba yokwabiwa kweingane and kumele akhulume nombali ngendaba yalezi zingane. Yeah. Hayi lengane ziqalile idrama ngelokhuzana. Ziyiqalile impela. Nami I agree lapho. And then she also says, and bekumele akhulume nombali ngendaba yalezi ngane manje lapha kwi-review umbhalo ukhuluma noThobile nonko futhi umacele egijimela kumthombeni. I was really like really macele kanti uyamsaba yini umbali akaqinde umbali akaqonda umbali express ama feelings akhe. Yeah, kodwa phela nombali can be intimidating masehlinile uhlinela ngisho laba icrew masekwenziwa ama interviews sometimes uvele ehline ubone ukuthi bambuza umbuzo omcasulayo, so it's possible ukuthi umacele uyamsaba umbali kumqonda ngoba phela she's supposed ukuthi akangiqonda umuntu. I wish nje lapha kule yashewo nje ngiyafisa ukuthi ngabe bayaqondana. As there's so many comments, I always say I'll do a video just for the comments, but the next one is actually going to be like that. It's actually going to be your comments only, whether they watch that video or not. I won't be concerned about it. I just want to read all of your comments and talk about it and laugh about it. Thank you so much for watching. Please like the video and thank you so much for watching the adverts. Nginithanda kakhulu.